The trailer for Salem's Lot has just dropped, and it's exactly what I needed to blast the image of Blumhouse's Wolfman out of my head. This looks like a classy, classic piece of horror coming to us for the spooky season. Welcome back to my channel. If you enjoy this sort of content, please hit subscribe and give us a like, why not? Salem's Lot is my favourite Stephen King book. Oh, the summer of Salem's Lot. I was 16 years old, in love with a beautiful goth girl. She got me into Stephen King. I found a copy in a charity shop, and that was the summer me reading that. It was a sensational novel. I lived in that town. I fell in love with those characters. Then I fell in love with the 1979 TV miniseries when that got a re-show on British television. A brilliant adaptation with a few changes to the novel in it, you know, mainly the appearance and character of Kurt Barlow, but still fantastic, enjoyable, terrifying and great character actors of the day throughout. The 2004 version, found that on a DVD when I was out shopping about in Surbiton. Loved it the same. Loved Rob Lowe in that Ben Mears role. Loved Rutger Hauer as Kurt Barlow. They gave us a Kurt Barlow much closer to the source novel, and a brilliant, brilliant adaptation, but set in more modern times, not set in the 70s. This appears to be still set in the 70s, and I love that. It's got to be set in the 70s. There's something about American towns at that time. As with Jaws, you know, the town is a character, but it can only work in that particular time and place. Same with Salem's Lot, and they've done it well, as if this trailer's anything to go by. You can't set it in modern times because nothing's going to kill that whole plot stone dead faster than kids with mobile phones, you know, filming vampires, WhatsApping each other and stuff. It would just take all the joy out of it, you know, as it does out of modern life, let's be honest. Right, guys? And this is a perfect trailer. Why? Because it doesn't give away too much, but it does give you just enough to hook you. It establishes we're going to get some really great scare moments in this film without revealing what those scare moments are going to be. We don't get a clear shot of Kurt Barlow in this trailer, and I like that. It's like they're holding the big punch back for the film. We're only going to see him for the first time in the actual film. And there's two ways they could go with him. The 1979 version, Barlow's played by Reggie Nolder, and is very much a monster vampire. You know, ratty little teeth, horrible Nosferatu face, big pointy blue ears. He's blue, long claws, yellow eyes, and sort of doesn't speak, just makes these horrible, ratty, hissy vampire noises. He's a hideous looking thing. He only appears in the film a couple of times. In the 2004 version, again, he's rarely seen, but when he is, he's played by Rutger Hauer, who plays him as a bloke, which is almost more sinister. There's a wonderful scene. It's in the novel. It's not in the 1979 film. It is in the 2004, where we first see Barlow when he's just arrived in the town. He's on a rubbish skip just watching the fire, and the lad that works there, who's got a deformed spine, comes up to him and just asks him, "Oh, what are you doing, mister?" And they have a lovely exchange where Barlow offers to help the kid out with his spine and offer him a way to life via death. Obviously, he's seducing him, bringing him into the vampire cult. It's a very sinister scene, and Hauer plays it very, very well. He also gives us the best ever line delivery of the phrase "piss off" that I've ever heard in a film.
Let him go. Piss off!
That's how you want to tell someone to piss off. Piss off! That's what, looking him up and down. Let the boy go. Piss off! So there's something very sinister about a vampire lord who could be standing next to you in a lift and you wouldn't know it was him, as opposed to the 1979 version when clearly you would. There's no getting away from that. Sorry, mate. Couldn't help but notice we're trying to track down the vampire lord that's infected our town, and you have a certain presence about you. We were wondering if maybe it was you. Yeah, snarling rat noises. I think we found our guy. But they're both great, just very, very different, and one more accurate. I don't know what they're going to do with Barlow in this one. I believe you get a flash of a shot. There's a scene in the kitchen where when Barlow comes through the window and gets the kid. There's a shot that could be that scene of a creature, a man pinning a kid to a wall. And you can't quite make out his face, but if you have a look at it, that could be Barlow, and they could be going for something a bit Morbius the vampire looking. I don't know. William Sadler's playing him in this version. We'll have to see. But I like that we don't see him I like that this trailer is leaving us with surprises to be had. Too many trailers kill the film dead by giving us too much. With this one, surprises to come, but giving us enough to know those surprises are coming. Very well done. Very good writer and director on this film, Gary Doberman. He gave us Annabelle. This is a guy that knows horror. He gets it, and he knows how to sell it, but he also knows how to make you care about the characters involved. I've really enjoyed his work so far. Got no reason to believe he's going to drop the ball on this one. So Salem's Lot is in safe hands. We see the Marsden house in this trailer. It looks terrifying, yet real. The heroes lining up, going in to face what they're going to find inside. We get shots of the town. Some very chilling shots, little things that really got to me, like the car boot. The idea that, not every vampire's going to have a coffin, so they're going to stash themselves wherever they can to get out the sun. There's a great shot where the sun's going down and a car boot opens and you just see the eyes behind. That's a solid shot. That's another one of these things I mentioned before. That's obviously going to be a moment when we see it. That's going to be a lead into things. My favourite shot of all is the end of the trailer. Spoilers for a trailer if you can spoil a trailer, but the shot with him coming out of the church, seeing the street, the camera pans back, it sweeps, and they're coming up on the roofs. Very 30 Days of Night. The idea that a pack of vampires, and you can't make them out, they're just silhouettes, but it's enough to give you the heebie-jeebies. Just that, the thought of being surrounded, and they've got the high ground as well. You haven't got a chance, mate. And the vampires look great, and again, it's an aesthetic thing. They look Salem's Lotty. They look like the vampires that I imagined when I was reading that book. They look like the vampires that I've got in the previous two versions. So I'm all for it, but they look clean. They don't look. They've got the teeth and those wonderful eyes that they've given them again, like full moons glinting at you through the dark. Barely human, ghost-like as well, ethereal vampires as opposed to brutal zombie-esque ones like we got in 30 Days of Night. These are very ethereal, floaty bloodsuckers, kind of creepy but some sort of adorable in a way. There's something about them very compelling. I'm down with this. I am down with this. It comes out in October. It comes out on HBO Max. It should have gone to the cinema. I would love to have seen this on a big screen, but Halloween night down there, popcorn on, brilliant. But there you go. It's going straight to streaming, and no bad thing. We're going to get to see it. Just have to see it at home. I don't understand why it's been bumped down either. It was made for the cinema. I don't quite get why the studio didn't release it thus. It looks stellar. They'd have made their money. I'm sure it would have been a hit. Going by this trailer, obviously we can't know until we see it. I'm going off a trailer that I've just seen. Anyway, Salem's Lot, I'm feeling hopeful for this spooky season. If you like this sort of thing, please do subscribe to the channel and I will see you next time.
Peace out.